I've lived here since 1990, so that's just over 30 years. And I moved here as a single parent with a son of 6.5.
So sort of what your thoughts and opinions of living here?
Well, I must like it because I haven't gone. I think what happens about it is most of the time, all of us just live our lives. You know, you live your life, I live my life, and we're not kind of thinking about it all the time. So sometimes the time that I think about it is when people ask me, and I get to consider things that most of the time I'm not considering because I'm just doing it.
What would those things that you're considering be?
I think it is quite a different way to live because you're living with a lot of people, and because you have to make decisions together, you have to consider what they think.
Well, I'm a big fan of living in community, so I really support the idea that people should or could live together in a more collaborative way. I think that's really important, and I think there's lots of obvious benefits to it for people, which range from sort of community bringing up children to helping each other out to group activities, doing things together, that kind of thing. What I think is also really important is that there is a sort of sense that you're not isolated, and I think a lot of people, particularly now with the whole coronavirus thing, I think a lot of people feel very isolated, sort of stuck in their homes and so on. So being in a community like this is actually quite a privilege in many ways. So there's lots of long-term benefits for people as well, health-wise and so on. So
I moved here originally because I liked the way of life. I'd spent some time in California and I'd come across communal living there. So I really liked the idea of living with a lot of people and growing our own vegetables, working in gardens and having people around all the time. And this has kind of really paid off at the moment. During COVID, it's been amazing. We've not really been isolated, in any way at all.
I definitely say there are advantages in terms of like community, because you're raised with the different experiences, so you get different people's outtakes on life, and then there are always people around, so like if you want to be at home or it's just like more convenient.
It's a real sort of give and take between how much control you have over things as an individual versus having to collaborate with people on a broader level.
Living at Beech Hill is it's like living with one big family, so it's kind of amazing and lovely, and very, it's great to have such a big, warm, lovely family.